We can.
That's what I've been doing. Alright. Just gonna see if we get anybody to hop on the video before we start.
We'll find somebody. Oh, got the notification that it's live, so that's pretty cool.
Perfect.
If we're not, we'll give it a minute. And
Yeah, I'll just give it a minute, and if no one hops on, then we'll start.
Awesome.
All right, we do have a viewer. Perfect. So I'm Joy.
And I'm Jess, and we're here again for cooking.
We were cooking. Okay, so we just want to make sure that you have a parent's permission before you take part in this, because it does involve like cutting things and the oven and stuff, so make sure you have your parents' permission. So today we're going to be making 2 crescent roll recipes. So really all you need, a can of crescent rolls, some pepperoni, some cheese sticks, and then hot dogs. So we got the mini hot dogs actually, which work really well for this, but if you do have regular size hot dogs, then that's perfectly fine. So the first thing we need to do is preheat the oven. We did already wash our hands, just to let you know, so that's something you want to make sure you do before you cook anytime. So I'm going to go set the oven to 375. Perfect. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is, actually, I'll bring it over here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my cookie sheet. So we're not making cookies, even though it's a cookie sheet. That's just what you call it. So I'm going to spray it with some cooking spray. It's just so that things don't stick to it.
Also, we just want to put out a disclaimer that we know that social distancing is a big thing right now, but Joy and I are roommates, so we are together, and it is okay.
Yes. All right, so I've sprayed my cookie sheet, and I'm going to leave it on the counter next to me so that I have easier access to it. So we're going to start first with our little pizza rolls. So what we need to do is you need to open your crescent roll container. If you have any questions while we're doing this, feel free to put them in the comments, and we'll try to keep an eye on them and answer anything that you ask us. So you're going to pull this off. There are directions on the containers telling you how to open them. I'm not a master, so then the next thing you need to do is you need to take a spoon, and every crescent roll container looks different, but there's a little crease right here with some arrows. So you might really want to have a parent do this because it's kind of difficult, but you need to press the spoon kind of into that line to get the container to pop. There we go.
It scares me every time.
It's a little scary. So I'm gonna take this out. It's a little difficult. They don't make these cans very easy. Here we go. Okay. There we go. And what I can do is I can put this down on my cookie sheet, and I don't have to, it's okay to put it down on that while you're working. All right. So I'm going to take my first crescent roll. All right. And I'm going to take a cheese stick. Okay. So what I need to do is unwrap the cheese stick. Okay. And I'm going to cut it in half so that there's not a ton of cheese stick in this recipe. Obviously, if you feel like you want a lot of cheese, you can go ahead and put an entire cheese stick in. It's kind of a preference thing, but I'm going to use half. All right. So there's my half of the cheese stick. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to put that down right here, right kind of at the end. So now I'm going to take some pepperoni. Once again, it's kind of up to you how many pieces you want to use. I'm just going to kind of cover it. So I'm going to put some pepperoni on top of my cheese. You can always put it under the cheese too. It's kind of a whatever works for you type of thing. I'm going to put some pepperoni there, maybe a piece here. Perfect. So now the important part, you need to roll this all up. So it's pretty delicate, but I think you can do it. And that is what it should look like, or something close to that. So now I'm going to put this on the cookie sheet.
Now, Joy, how many of the Crescent rolls typically are in one of the packages?
So the packages come with 8 Crescent rolls. So we're going to use 4 of the Crescent rolls for these little pizza rolls, and we're going to use 4 for our pigs in a blanket. But if you're at home and you want to make all pizza rolls, go for it. You want to make all pigs in a blanket, go for it. It's totally up to you. We just thought we'd introduce these 2 new recipes to you.
Fantastic.
So now I'm going to do what I just did with the rest of the Crescent, the 3 leftover Crescent rolls from the 4 that we're going to use, if that makes sense.
I will start unraveling another cheese stick.
Perfect. So now I'm going to try putting the pepperoni down first, just to see how that works out for me. See if it does anything a little bit different. And here's the other half of the cheese. And something else that you could do with this recipe that we didn't really include, but that you absolutely could do, is after they're done cooking, heat up some marinara sauce, and you can use that to dip your little pizza rolls in.
That sounds wicked good.
I know I'm hungry. I need a snack. All right. And we're going to repeat that again. Now would be a great time if anyone does have any questions. If not, that's fine too.
I'm trying to think of a question. Joy, how'd you come up with this recipe? Did you find it online, or is this something that you would like to make?
Well, I like to make the pigs in a blanket a lot, because those are pretty easy to do and super yummy for snacks or for dinner. But these ones, I actually found the recipe online, because what you can do is, with your parents' permission, you can Google Crescent roll recipes, and they have so many different things. They have desserts, they have snacks, they have meals. So many cool things you can do just with this one roll of Crescent rolls. So I looked it up, and these looked pretty good. I've made something a little bit similar, but not these exactly.
Oh, well, they look awesome. I'm excited to try the pepperoni and cheese wraps. I've done pigs in a blanket before, but I've never done those.
Perfect. Awesome. So that's all the pizza rolls that we're going to make. But we're going to move on to pigs in a blanket. So like I said, we bought the little mini hot dogs, which is great. That works perfect. They are little and mini.
And if you have big hot dogs, one thing that's really great to do is if you have like the bigger hot dogs, just cut them up kind of like we did with the cheese sticks, so that you can still use those, and they work perfectly fine.
Yep. Matt says that his kids are making some with marshmallows and chocolate to go with their pizza. That sounds delicious. That's absolutely something you can do. Get creative and figure out what things that you like, and maybe throw them in a Crescent roll and see if it's good. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So now what we're going to do is, since we have the mini hot dogs, we're going to cut the Crescent roll kind of in half as best as we can, because it might be a little bit difficult. Once again, you should have your parents' permission before doing any of this. So I'm going to just kind of do my best to cut down the middle. It's not quite even, but that's okay. So here's my 2 little pieces that I have. So now I'm going to take one little pig, and I'm going to wrap him in his blanket. Kind of like we did with the pizza rolls. So you just put them down, and then you roll them up.
And the reason we cut it in half is so we can get more out of it, but also because the hot dogs are so small, it makes it perfect for that size.
Absolutely. And if you want to use a whole Crescent roll for a mini hot dog, you can absolutely do that. A lot of this, like I've said a couple times, is just what you feel like you want to do. And here's another little piggy in his blanket.
So we'll open it up to questions again if anybody has any as we finish these up. Also, when we're done with the video and ours are finished in the oven, we will take these out and take pictures and post it with a Google link for the form. So if you participate, send us a picture of what yours look like in the Google thing. If you participate, reminder, if you participate in more than 10 of the activities online, you'll get an online community fun time t-shirt whenever we finish the program. Typically, we're thinking at the end of the month. So just to keep that in mind. So it looks like Joy's got 2 more, and then we're going to throw these in the oven.
So, like I said, we set the oven to 375. So you're going to want to put them in maybe between like 9 to 15 minutes, but I would keep an eye on them. Everyone's oven is a little bit different and might cook a little bit faster. It's done preheating. Don't know if you heard that. But I would just keep an eye on them, especially as it kind of gets close to the 9 minutes, and just see how they're looking. You want them to look a little bit golden brown. You don't want them to look burnt, and you don't want them to look like they're not cooked at all. All right, and this is gonna be my last crescent roll to cut in half and wrap some piggies in.
So exciting.
I know.
Can't wait to eat these.
I wasn't hungry before, but I definitely am now while I'm making these. And I really look forward to seeing how everybody else's crescent roll snacks look. All right.
Last one.
This is the last one. Say bye to the little piggy. He's about to go in the oven.
All right. And
All right.
we will follow you into the
Perfect.
oven.
All right. We are bringing them to the oven.
Remember, you ask your parents before doing this or have them help you.
And there they go. Bye, guys.
So then we'll set the timer for, what did you say, about 9 minutes minimum?
Yes.
So what I like to do when I'm cooking personally is I like to set it for the minimum time and then check on it. If I feel like it needs more time, then I might set it for another minute or another 2 minutes. I'm going to put this back down.
All right. So those are our 2 crescent roll recipes for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy yours when you make them. And like Jess said, we will be posting a picture of what ours look like. And
we're looking forward to seeing yours.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us again.
Bye.